video, I'm going to show you how to use one-point perspective to draw a room full of all kinds of furniture and items so that you can use these techniques to be creative and create your own room, the room of your dreams. So to get started, we're going to be using the skills that we learned when we learned about one-point perspective, using a vanishing point. To make this project easier, I'm going to start by tracing a rectangle in the middle of my paper. You could draw this with a ruler if you want. It's just a little bit faster to do it this way. This is going to be the back wall in my room, and here is my vanishing point. Next, we will put in the edges of the walls on the sides going back into the distance. So we will line up our vanishing point and the corner of this rectangle, not the corner of the paper. Corner of the rectangle and the vanishing point are lined up, and we'll draw a line right off the edge of the paper. We're going to do that same thing with all four corners of the rectangle. So the rectangle is lined up with the vanishing point and lined to the edge. It's really amazing how many things you can draw using one-point perspective. Okay, I've got my room. So this is the far wall, ceiling, floor, and the two side walls. Now we can fill up this room with all kinds of things. One thing that I like to start with is the bed, because in a bedroom, usually that's the biggest thing. And it's nice to get it in your drawing so that you know where all the rest of the items will fit. So again, you can use a ruler, or you can trace a rectangle just to get the first edge of the bed in there. So as you can see, the bed is basically shaped like a big block. So the front side that's facing you is going to be a rectangle, and the parts that go away into the distance go to the vanishing point. And all the things in this room can be drawn using this technique. Well, most of the things. So make sure that your rectangle that you draw or trace is parallel to the edge of your paper. It's really important that it's not crooked, because if your bed was crooked like this, you would just roll right off of it. It needs to be parallel with the edge of your paper, perfectly horizontal. So this would be the bottom foot of the bed. And again, you could have just drawn that with a ruler just as easily. That's just a little faster. Now I'm going to connect this corner of this rectangle that I just traced with the vanishing point and draw it back towards the vanishing point and stop. And same thing with this corner. Draw it back towards the vanishing point and then stop. Now we need to do the top of the bed where the pillow goes. And for that, I'm going to use my ruler. And I can put it wherever I think it would look good. I think it would look good here. So I'm going to go like this and make sure that my ruler is parallel with the floor and the edge of the paper. So it's not crooked. I could go like this, but it would be crooked and it wouldn't look realistic. So I'm going to put my ruler so that it is really horizontal and draw a line straight across right here. And you can see I need to make this line a little bit longer, and I need to erase a little bit from this line. And now I've got something that resembles the general shape of a bed going back in the distance toward the vanishing point. And I'm going to erase the line that goes right through the bed. So now you can't see through it. Okay, so that's like the mattress part, and down here you could add any kind of the bedding, how it would drape off and hang off. You can draw those things freehand. You don't need perspective to draw every detail. Next, let's draw a headboard. In this part, I drew a large box, and the edges went back in the distance to the vanishing point, another large block, and then this is made with a large block. You can make yours any style you might want. It doesn't have to look exactly the same, but you'll use the same kind of technique. Make sure that the edge of your headboard is parallel with the wall and the side of the paper. So it must be perfectly vertical, and it should go up and come over to this side. Make sure, again, double check, make sure it's parallel with the wall and the edge of your paper, and draw a line that goes straight up, as high as you want the headboard of your bed to be. And next, you would draw the top edge of your headboard. Top edge needs to be parallel with the floor, parallel with the ceiling, straight across. So I'm going to make mine look like this. And now I have a little bit of extra here to erase. You'll be doing lots of erasing in this project. And next I'll connect this corner of the part that I just drew with the vanishing point. Well, actually, no. Let me take that back. I'm going to make this part a little taller so it's just like my other drawing. And I'm going to make this part a little taller so it's just like my other drawing. And then let's draw the other side of this right here and the other side of this right here. Okay, now we can put in the top edge of those, making sure that it is parallel with the top edge of the paper and the ceiling. And I'll draw a line straight across here and straight across here. And then I've got a little bit of extra to erase. So this is going to be really similar to the shape of this headboard. You can do yours any shape you might want. So now I'll take the corner of this and line it up with the vanishing point and just draw a short line this way. And then I'm going to go right next to this line and start here and draw the line down. And then I'm going to erase this little extra bit right here. And now here I'm going to draw from this corner down towards the vanishing point and stop and make the back edge of this right here straight down. Okay, now I can erase this. And actually, I can line up the bottom edge of this part with the vanishing point right here, and the bottom edge of this part with the vanishing point right here. And then I can draw this straight across right here. And I've got a little bit more of a solid looking wooden headboard. Okay, so it looks really like a big solid chunk of wood this thing is built out of.